Okay, friends, in today's video, we're gonna take a listen to Mr. Donald J. Trump. Listen, I am paying attention to some of these messages because this is how you run your presidency. This is how you win the hearts of the people, is that you lay out your plans and you seek to carry them out. You make promises, even the ones you can't keep, right? And then you give us a reason to believe in what you are saying. And I'm just loving what Trump has been doing lately, because it's one thing you're talking about how the election was either stolen from you and things like that. Whether you believe it or not, that's one thing to complain all day, all night about that. But it's another thing to say, here are the plans that I have for 2024. I'm moving forward. I'm putting this behind me. And we are going to get things done. This is what I got going on in my plan. Stuff like this is how you win my heart. Going and visit East Palestine, right? And carry out the duty that you've done, going ahead to bring about positive change in the culture. This is how you win my heart. Telling me what you got planned and how you plan on carrying them out, even if you don't get 100% of this stuff carried out, this is how you win my heart. So this is why I'm loving some of this stuff and I'm reacting to them, because Mr. Trump is on fire. So I'm going to stop talking. We are going to listen. I pause and comment. Not as often. I'm going to let the man run, and then I'll share my perspective as well. Link to the channel is in the description below, and other links, whether you want to get in touch with me and other things that you're looking for, even our merch. And if you're looking to become a member of this channel, just check out what we got going on below. Without further ado, let us now get into the heart of the message.
Fentanyl, heroin, meth, and other lethal drugs are pouring across our wide open border, stealing hundreds of thousands of beautiful American lives, and it's happening like never before in our history. Children are being left without parents, families are being ripped apart, communities are being decimated. Our neighbors and fellow citizens are having their entire worlds destroyed. Destroyed like nobody thought possible.
Yeah.
Our country is being poisoned from within by the drugs and by all of the other crime that's taking place. The drug cartels are waging war in America, and it's now time for America to wage war on the cartels. In this war, Joe Biden has sided against the United States and with the cartels. They are making more money than they've ever made before, times 10. There's never been anything like it. They're major, major companies. They're bigger than even some of our biggest companies. Wow. Biden's open border policies are a deadly betrayal of our nation. When I am president, it will be the policy of the United States to take down the cartels, just as we took down ISIS and the ISIS caliphate, and just as, unlike the situation we're in today, we had a very, very strong border, the strongest border, in fact, in the history of our country, and drugs were at a low of 45 years. There's been nothing like what we did just 2 years ago. We will show no mercy on the cartels. Every day, drug traffickers are using the waters of our region to ship their lethal poisons to America, killing so many of our people.
Yeah.
And ruining families. In addition to restoring strong border security, I will deploy all necessary military assets, including the U.S. Navy, to impose the full naval embargo on the cartels. I did that before, and it worked. What we did was incredible. We will guarantee that the waters of the Western Hemisphere are not used to traffic illicit drugs to our country. Furthermore, I will order the Department of Defense to make appropriate use of special forces, cyber warfare, and other overt and covert actions to inflict maximum damage on cartel leadership, infrastructure, and operations. I will designate the major cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. We will sever their access to global financial systems. I will also work to forge an unprecedented partnership with neighboring governments in our region, just like I did in Mexico. And remember, in Mexico alone, an estimated 100,000 civilians have been tragically murdered or gone missing at the hands of these cartels. The Mexican government, run by a very fine man, the president, is really working hard, but it's not working out. These cartels are vicious and they're violent, and they have Mexico for now stymied. But we have to help Mexico, and we have to stymie the cartels. Either we will get the full cooperation of other governments to stop this menace, or we will expose every bribe, every kickback, every payoff, and every bit of corruption that is allowing the cartels to preserve their brutal reign, and it is indeed brutal. Finally, as I have said before, I will ask Congress to pass legislation ensuring that drug smugglers and human traffickers receive the death penalty. The drug cartels and their allies in the Biden administration have the blood of countless millions on their hands. Millions and millions of families and people are being destroyed. When I'm back in the White House, the drug kingpins and vicious traffickers will never sleep soundly again. We did it once, and we did it better than anybody else. There's never been a better border than we had just 2 years ago.
Yes.
It was strong, it was powerful, and it was respected all over the world. And now we're laughed at all over the world.
Yeah.
And we're not going to let that happen much longer. We have to take over. We have to be tough. We have to be smart. We have to be fair. But if we don't do something immediately, our country is gone.
This is how you get it done, man. You tell it like it is. You lay out your plans, and you seek to carry them out. And I believe Mr. Trump is not playing. He's not playing. You know, in all of the issues we're having with our borders and the immigration issues and the fentanyl just pouring over the borders and how many lives have been lost and the sex trafficking that's happening there, it's horrible. From the little knowledge that I have concerning this matter, it is a crime. And to see the complacency and the level of kind of like some of these people are just coming from the Democratic Party, to be exact, the level of excuses that they make for the reason that our borders are left wide open, or the carelessness that they demonstrate. And I think, what was his name? Mr. Mayorkas was being asked the question whether or not the border policy is a crisis. He said, no, it's not a crisis. It is a challenge.
Call it a border crisis. Do you consider it a crisis in the Biden administration?
When we speak about the border, we have to put it in context, that this is not a challenge, and it is indeed a challenge.
Anyway, when you listen to some of these people and what they're saying, I wonder, is this a political move that they are allowing our borders to be open in the way that it is? Is there something to gain politically? Because if there was nothing to gain, they would shut it down. Because look how hard they go after free speech. Look how hard they're ready to cancel people. Look how hard they are losing their mind over Tucker Carlson reporting and showing videos that Mr. Schumer says, don't let, you know what I'm saying? So they go after the things that either goes against the narrative, and anything that they do not go after, I'm beginning to realize is because they either benefit from it, is either there is a plan behind the scenes. So I'm wondering, is this for voters? Is because the Dems are losing the American votes? Are they bringing in these people for voting purposes? Is this a show or virtue signaling? Is this to show that we care and we love? Is this a fake appeal of righteousness, should I say? It seems to me there is something to gain that I'm not understanding all the nature of it. I'm still doing my homework, but all that I know is Mr. Trump is not playing. Mr. Trump, he says what he means and he means what he says, and I'm actually looking to 2024. He's got my vote already because the way he is talking, I'm like, there goes my man. There goes a man with a master plan. He's not just talking nonsense. He's got a plan, and he's planning to, carry it out. Now, here's the thing. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. I love that. Plan your work and work your plan. Even in the Bible, it is a principle. If you have a vision, write it, make it plain. And I think Trump is making plain his vision for this country. And the scripture tells us in Proverbs, let me find this for you quickly, right? In the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. So in other words, friends, you got to have a vision and you got to write it down. And in not having a vision for this country as a whole, people will suffer. This is actually a biblical principle. So in other words, as politicians or running this thing, and this could be applied in your own personal life as well, you must have a vision, a plan, and a purpose that you seek to carry out. It's best you aim and miss the mark than not aiming at all. So I think what Trump is doing here is exceptionally beautiful to me. It appeals to my heart. It makes sense to me. Things like that is what I'm looking for. You have to understand, I was somewhat in the middle. I'm more like leaning toward the conservative party because they're making a lot more sense if you were to ask me. But not only that, I'm still looking to be convinced. You know what I'm saying? So there's a group of people out there, just like myself and many others. We are looking for a reason to believe. We are looking for someone to earn our votes. We are looking for a political party to give me a reason to say, I need to trust you. But you have to give me a reason to trust you. And I think Trump has been doing a much better job. And I have not seen a single Democrat, nor the plans that they speak about, apart from being wokesters. And I'm sure being woke is certainly going broke. Every time they go rogue, they go broke. And I think they're starting to realize it's not working. But some are still hanging on to this dead horse and thinking that they're going to go far with that. But people in the middle like myself, or who was once in the middle, the plan that the Republican Party has, the plan that Donald Trump has, even Ron DeSantis, I'm considering some of the things he's saying, this is how you win the heart of the people in the middle. You just tell them what you got going on and you carry it out. You don't cry out to the mob. You don't play the shenanigan, this game. You don't flam the people. You don't bamboozle the people. You just tell us what you got in heart. We will trust you and work with you and bear with you as long as you do the best you can. We know it's not possible for one man to fix all the issues in this country, but at least let me see your heart. Trump is doing that. So comment below, share your thought and perspective with me. What do you think about this? How do you feel about Mr. Trump and his plan to deal with these cartel issues, the fentanyl, the border policies, and so on? Are you agreeing with his message? Where do you disagree? What would you like to add and or take away? All right, thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next video. And as always, look unto Jesus and live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.